Hey guys, welcome to the week that was. It's Sunday the 10th of November. I'm so sorry if you hear a lot of sniffling. Both Tani and I are sick. We blame Don and my grandson because quite a few of us are sick. Janine's sick, I'm sick, Tani's sick. Sue, our volunteer, is sick.
Rangers.
Don's sick. Multiple rangers are sick. So.
From lots of councils, not just the one council.
Yeah, multiple councils. So unfortunately, it's just going around. So if we've got the tissues nice and close, and I can assure you, we're going through lots of them at the moment. So bear with us in regards to the week that was. I think the first thing we want to talk about is we've still got a lot of animals coming in up the duff, as they say. So obviously we've talked about Polly, we've talked about Dolly and Molly and Squawk and Cleopatra, but this week we had to actually take another animal to the vet for an ultrasound. And it's a little bit debatable whether or not she is or she isn't pregnant, and that's our little beagle girl, Ginge. Now, we know Ginge loves her food, and we've seen that in Sunday Singers last week where we had to virtually restrain her so that she couldn't get to poor Amy's food. But with the weekly weigh-in, Don said to me, ooh,
Sorry.
that's Tani. She's the coughing and her spluttering.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, she's starting me. Pardon. So Don come to me and said, geez, Ginger's put on a bit of weight since last week. And I said, no. Don goes, I think so. So anyway, Don's gone and weighed her, and she put on just shy of 2-point-something kilos. So we've taken her to the vets, and it's debatable between the two vets whether or not she may be in early stages of pregnancy or not. There is some thickening of the wall there, and she certainly has put the weight on. So if she is, she's just pregnant, and we're like, okay, well, they said, look, we'll do another ultrasound. So yes, we're still seeing a lot of it. We also had a call from a lady the other day that her 2 dogs had killed her cat that had just had kittens, and so she had 3-day-old kittens that she didn't know what to do with. So thankfully I was able to call a cat rescue that I know, and they went and picked up the orphan kittens. So, you know, we're certainly seeing a lot of kittens and pregnant dogs at the moment, and puppies, so it is the season. So, you know, do everything you can to keep them in, but ultimately get them desexed. Not only are you saving this hassle of all the unwanted pregnancies, but they also do help with those health conditions and behavioural issues that go with being undersexed as well. And especially for females, pyometra, that kills animals. So, you know, really, if your animals aren't desexed, get them done now. Okay? So come Sunday is our favourite day because we know that the dogs get extra happy because we do Sunday Singers. So this week we are taking on board some of those suggestions, and there was a suggestion for peanut butter. So this week we have peanut butter, and we actually have cream cheese, which is also one of my favourites as well. So here's the guys having their Sunday Singers.
So I was literally just about to hit record on these guys making sandwiches for the Sunday Singers, and I just cracked up laughing because Don's doing the peanut butter, and then she's flung this gigantic hunk of peanut butter pretty much at Dee's feet.
Do you know what? I think she's getting me back because I said to her on one of the sandwiches, hey, don't scrimp on the butter. Like, it had like one bit like that. And I said to Don, you can't leave it like that for the poor animal. seen a piece of peanut butter come at me.
It's just happened. Just there's the bread.
All right, so what are we having? So we've got peanut butter,
and
bit of cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Nice.
too hot to cook anything. They don't
Yeah.
want hot stuff.
And they've had quite rich stuff lately, haven't they? So I thought we'd take it back to basics a little bit.
Oh. And of course, Grumbles is waiting, but he loves the sandwich because Tani shares her sandwiches with him.
Yeah, he prefers Vegemite though.
Hey,
There's barely any peanut butter on
I
that.
was just thinking, what is that?
Well, if it's not done to your standard, do it yourself.
Oh, nice. Want me to try that?
Alright, well, before we break out into a domestic, I'm gonna stop filming so that they can do that off camera,
I'm gonna fix it.
and then we'll come back to you once we're out in the kennels ready to go.
Okay, we've got our sandwiches. And just before Tani whinges, we have been doing more Christmas things.
It's everywhere. It's thrown up Christmas in here. It's all out the front. Look, creepy child.
It's not creepy.
It is a creepy child.
Alrighty, who wants to look at the wiggle on
Hi.
it's Sunday?
What's coming, bud? Oh my goodness, what is it?
So, I've got the cream cheese sandwiches are cut this way because we want to give them one peanut butter and one cream cheese. So, we've got it cut so we know. Alright, who's ready? Oh, the two girls are going to need a helping hand because somebody's more of a piggy. Oh, somebody's coming out of her bed. Who wants a sandwich?
Come on, Don, I think we're going to need an extra hand in here. Hi, pretty girl.
Come on. Oh, you ready? Come on, girls.
I'll just put hand sanitizer on my hands. Oh, you're looking at my hands. Really?
Don't snooze, you know what she's like. Are you ready for your second one? Oops. Yes. I'm coming, guys.
Maybe, do you want to try breaking it up in like smaller pieces, maybe? No.
Yeah. Just on the cheese. Yeah. She'll come
Oh,
out.
here we go. Just split it in there. Whoop. Right. And you.
Looking at
Whoop.
cheese up.
My bad.
Hey.
Come on, T. You've got one job.
Come here.
Come on. Well, obviously the Frenchie's hungry.
Yes. I was just going to say, I'm sure you guys can all hear that screaming in the background. We have got a little Frenchie in.
She's actually licking everything off and destroying the bread.
The butter and everything.
Well, maybe let her eat them and then here, just give her that.
She just had cheese. She didn't get peanut butter, she had cheese.
Yeah, they're all got. She only had one though.
Oh, they got like 2 of each.
They got 2 halves.
Yeah.
She's just content in licking it.
Gee whiz, woman.
She's quick.
Yeah, come on. She's trying to get the finger, mate. Hurry up. Get it up.
Nah,
You're done now.
give her a go with the peanut butter, see if she prefers that instead.
Oh, she's back at it. Ginger's saying, I'm ready for another one.
And that's why you've put on 2 kilos in a week, miss.
A bit more. Yeah, dude, look at that one dry. Hey, not that one. She hasn't even touched that one.
What did you say for next week? Which is your naughty and nice? We've got 2 naughties so far.
No, isn't it 3? Now,
Oh, we do know the third one.
Yeah, got Grumbles, Dawn, and this one.
Mm-hmm.
Got to toss it up, see who it's going to be.
All right, I'll come back with the
Let them
peanut
come
butter.
back with the peanut butter, yeah, let them settle down.
You've got to let your sandwiches go down, don't you, girl? Hmm?
Good girls. Okay.
She's got the
we
little
have a
bubba.
baby puppy in here.
Maybe just
As
give
you
her
can
one
see-
sandwich instead of... Where did she go? Oh, there she is.
Here you go, darling. Oh,
Might need to do that.
come over here.
Oh, there goes.
Oh, I didn't do quality control.
Oh, she's unsure.
A perfectly good sandwich.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dee she's fine with it.
You can't say anything. You had
I hate
one
the crust. I'm
too.
not eating the dog's food.
Well, to be fair, she's only a baby. She shouldn't have a lot. I think she's going to be a while. She's like
Yeah,
licking.
she's taking her
She's
time.
licking through. We might come back to her again.
Okay. Big boy will knock them down.
Yeah.
Hello, baby boy. Are you ready?
Hello, bud. Hi. Oh. It's everyone's favourite. Oh. Oh, hold on. I've just
Why
noticed
have you got a
he's
peg?
eating a peg.
That'll explain why the simon's on the ground.
Yeah. Let's get rid of the peg stuff. Don, can I give that to you?
You sitting down?
Don, can I give that to you,
that'll
please?
explain why the no walking
Thank
simon's on
you.
the ground.
Oh.
Good job, buddy.
Yes.
Here you go. You sure have a hug?
Good job. Oh, hello. It's very close.
There you go.
I'm surprised he's not going to his bed this time. Oh, he's so good, is it? He's so good. It's like, excuse me. I'm finished. I'll let my other piece now, please. Yes.
The peanut butter ones.
Ooh. He wants it now,
I
dude.
can see. But we do
Hang there, bud. Nope. Stay there. Good job.
do the Frenchie first. Now, what is all this screaming? Huh? Okay, don't even drop. Oh, there you go. Come on, darling. Yeah, go. Ooh.
Got another liquor.
Make it up for you.
She looks so confused.
Oh, there we go. Look at those real tears. Oh, you're welcome. You see what it means, guys? Like, it doesn't even, with pounds, you never used to find designer breeds, and that's what they're classed as, in pounds, but we see them all the time. We see Labradoodles, we see Cavaliers, we see Labradors, we see French Bulldogs, Jack
Dashies.
Russells, Dachshunds, Beagles, Beagaliers, German Shepherds,
Greyhounds,
Greyhounds.
Malinois,
Yeah.
Huskies, Malamutes.
It's not just staffies anymore, you know.
Which, I mean, we all love staffies, but we know that
I'm a staffy owner.
we know a lot of people have a stigma about them.
Now, is there a book here?
Is there a Buffy? Where's Buffy?
Now, the reason, guys, why we're not going in with Borf is because he's actually the one who's still in quarantine at the moment. So, yeah, he was the one who's come from a home that's previously had parvo. So, we're, yeah, just kind of keeping our distance in case he has got anything. But so far, so good.
He is on day 10 of his impound, but we have other animals that we have to be careful of.
How are you, Buffy? You're so handsome.
Sorry, I moved my phone out of the way.
So we just have to protect them as much as possible by making sure he's done last. He gets everything he needs to get. Excuse me, Frenchie. But we just have to make sure we have vaccinated him, and he's going very well, and
Handsome boy.
but we've still got another 4 or 5 days that we're just with parvo. The quarantine period generally it can vary, but we always sort of, you know, go up until about the day 14 is when we start to actually breathe a sigh of relief. And you know, he hasn't given us any concerns, but we are careful. We've all seen, everyone has seen what we've gone through with parvo.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, Bud, I'm coming back. So, it's amazing how she'll come out from under a bed for a sandwich.
I mean, me too.
Alright, John, you want to open up the peanut butters for Missy? And I'll keep this one occupied. Peanut butter.
It's like whapping her in the face with a tail. What are you doing, girl? Poor Amy is like squished in the back corner.
Amy.
Oh.
Yeah, look.
She's not a fan of the peanut
No.
butter like the
We got any more of the cheese, Steve?
I do.
Maybe give her a bit more of the cheese. She doesn't seem to like the peanut butter.
Very good.
Busted custard. I saw that.
Sorry. Nope.
There's a lot of peanut butter in there.
Well, do they look like they're whinging? I don't know where I'm up to. How many have they had?
They've had a lot. I think they're probably done.
Because she got her second one.
Okay, so that's 17, then we got first one. We got fourth, and we got French. Oh, one of these must be hers. Must be hers.
Putting over it now.
Yeah, they definitely preferred the cheese one, didn't they?
It's just like, what the hell is that? Just a plain
More
butter.
peanut butter. We've had sausages. We've had what else?
feel like
Bacon. We've
They're
had
cooked sangers.
yeah.
I'm feeling like we've turned them into fussy little pots. Hey, little fuss pots, aren't you, honey? She's like, you know, we've had hot dogs. What have we had? We've had bacon sandwich, hot dogs,
Devon.
Devon and tomato sauce, the sausages, and this seems to be, well, it's only these pair really.
Yeah, the others are all enjoying it.
Everybody else is having.
The others don't care what it is.
No.
Yeah. Now, Don, do you want to grab the little pup out so they can see in the camera? Oh, no, Molly.
You didn't eat the last one. You don't know what it is. Okay. Oh,
Maybe she might be interested in peanut butter.
Hi, kitty. What is it? Hi.
Don't go running off.
it's garbage anyway.
Don't go running off. Oh, is that pretty good? No.
You don't even want it. Yeah.
Well, we know other dogs will. She's just going to have her puppy food.
Yeah, 'cause
Probably for the best, yeah. She's clearly not used to it.
yeah, a nibble on it.
Okay. Well, I know that somebody else here will eat hers. Hold on.
Hello, Cinder.
Goodness. Oh, he's already going. Oh, he's so yummy. He's so yummy.
He comes straight up to the camera as soon as he gets it.
Is that good?
Good job.
Oh, listen to Frenchie.
Hello, gorgeous.
She ate them.
Yeah, she did when I broke it up. I'm going to have one left, so I think the bigger boy needs to get it.
Boy.
Here you go.
That's because you ate the other half.
Do you want me to do tomato and roll?
Gosh, yeah, I don't care.
Is that good? He's like, ew, it's got D germs on it.
Oh, nice.
It's got D germs, doesn't it? Hmm? Got some crumbs on your lips. Is that good? Is that good? Yeah, watch out, bud. Watch out, bud. Boy, handsome.
There you go. I'll see if I can get him to take it from me.
Ooh, you're all right, Buffy.
Here you go. Hey, Boof. There we go. Good boy. All right, I'm coming, for goodness sake.
Good job, bud. Is that good? Yeah. Is that nice? Is it stuck to the roof of your mouth?
Is it stuck? Good job. Mr. Handsome Face. Are you Mr. Handsome Face? Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm getting carried away. I'm supposed to be filming them eating. Dee's already all the way over here, and I'm still fussing over Buff.
And can you not hear the racket she's making?
Yeah, I could.
Alrighty. Now, it's peanut butter this time.
Oh, you like that?
It's just like a little Hoover.
Mm-hmm. A little snorting Hoover.
She's gentle though, like she hasn't bitten or grazed my... Oh, I don't even...
Oh, she's just all lips.
Yep, she is. No, you can't come out. Last piece. There you go, darling. It's really hard having Frenchies in the pound. Obviously, we've been getting some really hot days. 37, I think it was, wasn't it? And as you know, the brachycephalic dogs, they really struggle with the heat, so they should actually be kept cool at all times. So we're always eyes on them. We've also got 2 cages set up in our Sally Port, which is air conditioned, so that we can bring animals in if they struggle. But we do have our watering system up there, which does put a cool spray on them. Plus we do other things as well. Where are you going?
They get ice, and they
get
got
ice beds
cooling collars
and cooling mats, and but yeah, we bring
shell pools,
and we bring them in for air cons, and we do have portable air cons, and we've also got fans that we do set up. So thankfully today is one of our cooler days.
Yeah, I think it's only supposed to be 32 today, so a bit sad when that's a cooler day, but
I know. But that's Sunday Singers. One of our programs is obviously our program called Freedom Buster, which helps owners get their animals back. And this week we had a young puppy come in called Prada. And for a young girl, I think she was 4 months old, she didn't cope in the facility at all. And prior to her coming in, she was in the vet clinic overnight, and she was a stress head over there as well, and she actually ripped her toenails. So when she came into us, she was already bandaged. And the owner was straight on the phone that, you know, that's my dog and everything like that. But obviously not microchipped, impound fees and registration ends up being quite a costly amount for anyone to get their dog back. So, you know, it was over, I think it was about $446 that we had to raise. And as always, our beautiful community got behind little Prada, and Prada got to go home. So thank you so much. So it was just the one Freedom Buster this week, which was amazing, but couldn't have been for a better little girl who could not cope being away from home. So thank you so much to everybody who donated. So this week we had a couple of things out of the norm, and they were some emergencies. So on one of them, I was actually driving to Cessnock to do an investigation, and driving along, I saw something in the middle of the road, and I slowed right down, and it was an injured kookaburra. And one of the things that I noticed straight away is everyone was going around it or over the top of it, and I just knew that unless I turned around and got that kookaburra off the road, the next time I went past, he was going to be squashed. And so I immediately turned my car around and went back and got him. And I put him into the car and put him on my floor, and you know, he was a very calm little kookaburra until 5 minutes up the road, and then he decided that he would have a fly. So this is me driving along. Woo! Woo! Rang John. I said, get me a cat carrier, meet me at the gate. I've got a kookaburra in the car. So by the time I got home, I was too scared to open my car door in case he got out. And so took my shoes off, climbing over my seat, bum stuck up in the air looking for the kookaburra, managed to get him into the cat carrier. And I said to John, oh gosh, what am I going to do with him? What do kookaburras eat? I'm going to have to Google that. And Don said to me, do you remember Lawn Vet actually opens until 10 o'clock during the week? I said, yes. So thankfully I was able to take him over to Lawn Vet, and here is Brett and the team with the little kookaburra. And while I was there, they were actually waiting for Wise to come as it was, because they had a little Joey there that had also been hit by a car and had broken legs, so they were just waiting for Wise to come and collect them after they sorted him out as well. So big shout out to Lawn Vet for, one, extending your hours, and two, for being there for the wildlife. So great. So that was our first emergency. The second emergency was we had a house fire in our area, and the house was completely engulfed, and the owner was taken to John Hunter Hospital, to the burns unit. He had 2 dogs at home, and so the police called rangers late at night. I think by the time we got them, it was well and truly very late at night, and might have been 9, 10 o'clock at night. So the ranger brought them in, we got them sorted out, and in the morning we contacted RSPCA. So it was a very big joint effort to get these dogs sorted, because in situations like that, they're not strays, so they can't be impounded as strays. So the task is, what do we do with animals like this? And thankfully RSPCA do have programs for people in such emergencies. So we held them overnight under a duty of care. So the police got them, called the rangers, we came in, we got them settled for the night. I then reached out to RSPCA and said, hey, we've got 2 dogs here, owners in the burns unit, you know, are we able to transfer them to you for holding while we sort out? And that's exactly what happened. The guys actually went over to my staff actually took them over to RSPCA for emergency holding. So a big shout out to the police, the rangers, and obviously RSPCA for holding these animals. It sometimes does take a village to come up with a solution, and there was so many factors involved with trying to get the dogs cared for while their owner recovers. So, and we've done that. One of the things I want to talk about today is perseverance, and it is a word that is not used a lot in a shelter environment, because some shelters don't give animals a chance to thrive. They don't give them a chance to trust, and they don't give them a chance to decompress. And I find all of that is bloody well sad, because sometimes animals need time. If you were to put me in jail, I can tell you now I wouldn't cope. I would withdraw into myself. I would probably want to will myself to die. And I know that's a funny thing to say, but we all have different coping mechanisms, and animals are no different, and we see that. And one of the stories that I'll be talking about shortly, I'll explain what happened to that animal and how his ability to cope here was not great. But at the moment, what I want to talk about is the perseverance. And we have had multiple feral animals come in particular our cats, that have all been deemed feral. Now, in most pounds, they are euthanized. They really are. They are not given a chance to decompress. They're not given a chance for them to learn to trust us. And there's 3 in particular that I want to talk about. Obviously, Grumbles. Grumbles was bad. And you know what? He's been the biggest horse's ass out. He still bites people. He even bit a ranger not long ago. You know, we say to them, don't touch the cat. He rubs up against you. He's bipolar. He wants you to make that mistake, and then he nabs you. But you know what? We see a different side to him. We see a sweet boy who wants to be loved, but just doesn't know how to be loved. And you know, I've seen him absolutely be terrible to other cats. And last night I actually witnessed him cleaning Polly, and this morning I snapped a photo of them on a chair cuddled up together. You know, that cat couldn't be around other cats. He was terrible. Can't tell you how many kittens we saw slide across the concrete floor where he's just gone, nope, get away, boom, and then you see a cat go flying that way, you know. Always chastising him for being a naughty little boy. Then you see Polly, you know, and I've been raving on to the girls about Polly the last few days, how she has really come round in leaps and bounds, that she will lay near me, she'll put her head on my lap, let me stroke her stomach. And I'm always wary about stroking a cat's stomach, because sometimes that you know that it could be the go button for them to attack you. And some cats will set you up and say, pat my belly, and you think, okay, and then they grab you. Polly absolutely loves a stomach pat, and it's not her go button. It's just, I really enjoy it. The third cat is Mr. G. And we know that he came in terrible pain with that cat. And no way would any council, anybody in their right mind would say, yeah, let's spend $2,000 on that feral cat. But because of our community, we did that, and we saw a little scared, angry cat turn around to be the most loving cat that rubs himself all over you and just wants to be near you. Well, I've got some tremendous happy news today. That little boy got himself adopted today, and that came about because we persevered with him, and our community persevered and got behind and donated money to take his pain away, that showed us who he really was behind that pain. Perseverance is a big word. It's a long task, something that we're not scared of doing, something that's not done enough. So if you run a shelter, try that word, that perseverance, because I tell you what, it brings so much joy when you actually get results. I love the word perseverance. Well, my favourite part of the time is talking about the adoptions that we've had this week, and we've had some great adoptions. So I'll start off with the first one. We sent one to rescue, which is Miss Cleopatra, so our Belgian Shepherd Malinois, and she's gone to Malinois Rescue down in Victoria. So we had Grace come up and grab her. She was then doing the first leg to Canberra, and then Kat was going to drive up from Victoria. So again, always takes a village effort to get these animals out and about, but we're really excited. So that was our rescues saves this week, was Miss Cleopatra. Our adoption sides have been amazing. So we had Hugo, the little French bulldog. He was surrendered because his owner was moving overseas, and believe it or not, again, couldn't find anywhere for Hugo to go. French bulldog, you know. Honey is one of our little dash hounds, and she was being fostered by somebody from council. Well, she's come in and actually finalised the paperwork, so congratulations to little Honey. This one is just going to actually rock everybody's socks. So we've had an adoption for a little, not even a little boy. He's a big boy called Baal. But you guys are going to know him as Gunner. So Gunner's foster carer. she's not bringing him back, so they came in and finalised his adoption. So hopefully he stays away from those brown snakes. We had Maggie, our little boxer girl. I'm sure that you'll miss seeing her little snappy face with Sunday Sangers, but I'm sure she's getting everything she needs from her new home, because they were amazing, and they actually also owned another boxer. So we're really excited for Maggie, because she was a puppy and she sat here for so long too, and we just couldn't understand why, because she's so beautiful, so tiny, she had everything going for her. It's just the reality that with adoptions, they're just so slow and hard. And we've got Mr. G that I talked about. So our beautiful Mr. G has gone out to his home today. And our final adoption is Miss Pickle. Now, Miss Pickle has just come out of impound. She is a Ragdoll Cross Persian. She was adopted, well, she was purchased from the breeder when she was 8 weeks old. No clue of who she rehomed the cat to, but she was in a bit of a state when she was found by the finder. So it's crazy, all these designer breeds and everything like that, but it doesn't matter now for Miss Pickle, because she's got a new family as of today. So Miss Pickle's going to stay with us until she gets desexed on
Friday,
and then she'll go home on the Monday. So great adoptions, good rescue save there.
Alright Dee, we've reached that time of the week where we do our sad, frustrating and happy. So let's start off with the frustrating. Do you have any frustrating moments for this week?
I have a lot of frustrating moments this week. It's been a
week.
It's been a hard week, guys, I'm not going to lie. It has had all sorts of emotions. Anger, because Don made me sick.
She made all of us sick.
Yeah. We're going to pull her ears, don't you worry.
She's going to be our naughty of the week next week, I think.
Yeah. And she's going to have big old Dumbo ears from everyone yanking on them. But my frustrating moments comes in a lot, and so please bear with me, because it has been a real challenging week. So we've had some dumpings again. It seems like every week I'm reporting dumpings, but the two that I want to talk about the most was, we had a 9.5-year-old English Daffy come in, and he was dumped because he has a tumour. And he thought that council would pay for the tumour to be fixed. Now, when you're talking tumours, you're potentially talking thousands of dollars to get it removed. The testing might come back that it's cancer. And when you're starting to remove tumours, they always grow back. In a lot of the cases, the vets will warn you that they may grow back. And I've seen that, where tumours have grown back, and they've grown back aggressive, more aggressive than the first time round. But no council's going to spend thousands of dollars on fixing your dog. And then, so they had him for 7 years, and on my investigations, I was happy. Yep, I had everything ready to go. I knew they'd done what they'd done, and not my dog. And you know, I was angry. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm a one-shot girl. Tell me the truth now, because when I walk through that gate, any chance that I'm going to be compassionate or understanding, that's going to go out the window with me. So start talking. Not my dog. Alright, let me tell you, one-shot girl, and I give everything with gusto. And I said, and trust me, if this is your dog, I'm going to know. I'm going to get there for it. I started to walk through the gate, and he said, stop! I said, good decision, mate, because I already know. I said, I just want to know why you did it. He said, because he's got a tumour and the vet wouldn't treat him because the dog wasn't in my name. I said, really? I said, that's a lie. I said, most vets would not help you with an injured or sick animal. I said, you could have called up council any time in that 7 years and said, I've got a dog, I haven't been able to get the dog into my name from the previous owner, they won't give me any paperwork. I said it is as easy as doing a stat deck. If you've had the dog after 90 days, council are going to do it for you because you've had that animal for a reasonable amount of time. So I said, that does not cut it with me. That dog deserved better than that. At 9.5 years old, we thought his name was this because that's what it was on the microchip. No, his name was something totally different. So his name, everything about him, his home was taken away from him, his name was taken away from him, and he's got this bloody tumour hanging off that would be pinching him. And that's what they were prepared to do to him. So yeah, I was angry, and they knew it. I made it very well known that that's not the right thing to do. And if someone's going to have to be his voice, it was going to be me. And unfortunately for that gentleman, I've got a big mouth. My wife will attest to that. So that was case number 1. Case number 2 came in on a catch pole. He was handed over to a vet by the finder, given to the vet staff, totally fine, went with them, no problem. The next morning, the dog was confused, getting scared, don't know why I'm still here, don't know where my mum and dad is, don't know what's going on. Staff go to get him out. Not going with you, don't know who you are, don't know what you're doing, but I don't want to be with you either. Called the rangers, ranger came, had to pull the dog out and bring it in on a pole. Scared, coming into a pound on a pole, lots of barking dogs having breakdowns, probably saying, hey, what are you in for? You know, dogs like freaking out. Had to go into our dangerous dog run. Immediately, I go into investigation mode. Find out it's the relatives of the owner. Now, yep, the situation is dire. They've been evicted, had nowhere, been trying everywhere like everybody else does, got nowhere to go, got no options. Made a bad decision. That dog could have easily been euthanized because of his behaviour in the facility. Now, I saw a different side of that dog once I caught the owner out and got them to come in. I was with that dog without a pole. People's actions of what they do to their animals, they don't realise they turn a perfectly good animal into something out of fear. And it can have serious consequences for the animals. Now I had somebody that is known to me do exactly that thing. They brought their dog, took their dog to a vet practice and sent it to the pound. And they're shocked that I was angry and disappointed in them. And someone said to them, what do you expect from Dee? Any animal that crosses her path, she will do not 100%, she'll do 200%. And God help you if she finds out it's at your hands. She doesn't care who you are. And that's exactly what it was. I didn't care that I knew them. I showed them no mercy. They'd done the wrong thing. Now, I don't speak to a relative, and we have not spoken to a relative in our family for about 9 years over something involving an animal. As far as I'm concerned, if you do something to an animal, you're fair game. I'll give it my 200%. You want help, you ask for help, and I'll be that person that will help you. I'll do my utmost to help, but if you're going to choose the other way, you want to hope you don't cross my path, because I show no mercy. Now, the third case has really frustrated me because we tried to help a family with financial assistance and material assistance to fix fences and stuff like that, and they didn't take us up on our offer. And so it really hurts us when we try so hard to make a difference in not only someone else's life, like trying to be a helping hand, but ultimately we do it because we want to help that animal. And some people just will put a barrier up and not accept that help, and sometimes it can have serious consequences. And so that's most frustrating, that people don't help themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we just heard your frustrating moments from the week. I know you've got a couple of sad moments, so what's going on with the sads?
Well, the sad moments are this week that we had. I'm sorry, I thought I could do it without crying because I didn't want to. We're to take 2 animals to the vets this week. They've been involved in dog attacks, and we couldn't do anything for them. I think the hardest thing for us is 2 lives were lost this week, and we always make a point of being with them. And I am happy to say that one of those animals got to be with their family at that time, which was amazing because they do look for that, and the other one didn't. And we really struggled. I want people to know this is not part of the job that we sign up for. It's part of the job, but it's one that we don't like, and we've got no control over it. And I want people to understand that we care for your animals when they come in, regardless of what they've done. We love them like they're our own. They have Sunday singers with us. They play with us. We clean up after them. We feed them. And we hold them, and we play music to them, and we give them toys, and we do everything we can in the hopes that everything is going to be okay. And sometimes we know straight off the bat that they're not, that they've been surrendered by their owners for euthanasia, and we know that. But it doesn't stop us from trying to make their final moments, their final time on this earth, the best that it can be. We go home broken. Now, I've seen Don cry probably 4 times in 18 years. And one of those was with her mum, when her mum died. And one of those was one of the talks this week. We could barely talk. the vet was asking us questions. We went home and we couldn't even eat dinner. We were so broken. And we looked at our dogs and we thought, why can't every household, every owner, every dog be as happy as what we are with our dogs and our cats? So yeah, I've got sad this week. And I would love to think that I don't have to have a segment called sad, but we do. And if I can just, by sharing the stories, I can make one less sad, then I'll keep telling them. But this week was a very hard week because we love those animals like that. They were our own. And now I've got 2 ribbons to write up.
Okay, Dee, we've had a bit of a moment. We've both had a couple of tears. Let's move on to, let's end on a bit of a high.
I will. If you can see how red Tani's eyes are, she's crying too. So, happy. I've got a few happies, which hopefully will outweigh the frustrating and the sad. So one of those dumpings I was able to turn around and turn it into a happy. So we do actually have organised one of their dogs. One of the dogs is going to rescue. So we've managed to turn something potentially frustrating and sad into a happy. So that's really great, and that's happening as we speak. So that's good. We also have another rescue in the making, but that will have, you'll know more about that one next week. We've also had some adoptions, so I won't go into a lot of details because that's the next thing that we'll go into. Yesterday we had a really old 11-year-old dog come in and called the microchipped, or tried to call the microchipped owner, and the phone number was disconnected. So 11 years ago, some people changed their phone number, they changed their addresses, and I probably spent a good hour and a half on it trying to locate the owner, and it was great because I managed to get an 11-year-old dog out of the pound. It was only with us probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and the lady was so grateful. She said to me, "How did you find us?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a bit of a stalker, I'm sorry." And she said, "No, I'm really grateful." She said, "I actually rang my husband. I said, I can't find Bill. I can't find him anywhere." And he's like, "What do you mean you can't find the dog?" And she's like, "I've looked everywhere." He said, "Have you checked the car? Has he jumped into one of the cars?" So they were sort of running around their property looking for him. And yeah, I went from the person on the microchip to an ex-husband, to a daughter, to a potential husband, to a potential son, then I got to the owner. And it was really, really nice just for the person to say, "You know what, thank you so much for going to that effort." We never get thanked, do we, Tani?
No.
We always get crankiness because they've got to pay a fee. It was like, "Thank you so much for the effort that you've gone to. I'm so grateful to pick up my boy and that he's safe. And would you mind engraving me a tag?" And I said, "Yes, I would love to." So that was really nice. That was my happy moment yesterday. Not being yelled at for stalking somebody.
Sorry. You just...
Oi! No doing the thing. Yeah, I know, you're about ready to pounce. And there it is.
caught you, buddy. We've got evidence.
Get off! Stop it! Don't you bite me. Naughty cat next week. So when Tani says, have we got a naughty for the week? The other thing that really made me happy this week was I was going to this over to Green Hills to get a haircut. I was running late as usual, and as I was sort of walking really fast, this gentleman stopped me and he said, excuse me, he said, would your name be Dee? And I said, yes. Now this gentleman would have been probably maybe 19 to 22. He said, can I shake your hand, please? And he just shook my hand. He said, I just want to say thank you. And I said, oh. He said, I know who you are and I know what you do, and I just want to say thank you so much for what you do. And I'm really ashamed that I didn't stop to ask him his name. I was running late, and as I sat down at the hairdresser, I thought, oh my God, I should have got his name to thank him. But so if you are that gentleman that stopped me, thank you so much, because you know what? I sat there and I was thinking about things in the chair, which, you know, I often, when I finally get a moment to sit down or drive a car or something like that, I kind of have a lot of things going through my head. And I was really impressed that a young man actually follows an animal page and wanted to thank me for the job. You know, what a world would it be if we could get every young person and every person on the same page that just wants animals to be okay. We're quite often thanked by women all the time, but the men's a bit few and far between. Don't get me wrong, I know we've got male followers, we do. But a young man to stop me in the supermarket, like in the shopping centre, to thank me, really had an impact on me. I really sat there and really evaluated that and thought, wow. So thank you for making my day. So that, I guess that's my happy, is that I know we're getting somewhere one at a time, and actually made me stop and think about things. And yeah, I wish I got your name, because you actually made an impression on me, young man. Thank you.